0, 1. Let's get started.
I want to start with the trunk space of this car, which is very less. The first con. Also, the back end of the car is not favorite for many people, but rest of the room is really good in this car. As you can see in the second row, it's very spacious, very wide, and it's easy. In one click you can go to the back seats. The leg room is good. Someone with 6 feet can sit, but not for longer drives, I would say. Everybody, welcome to my channel. Dad Hat is reviewing the 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. After 1 year of ownership, I have around 13,000 kilometers now, roughly about 1,000 kilometers a month. I use and drive this car. So currently I'm on the cruise control mode right now with hands-free driving. You can see the experience here. I can just let my hands go. It'll steer, it'll maintain the speed. That's pretty good and efficient. It's very accurate as well, and you feel very safe using this feature. Things about this car is like, I like the space, even for the driver, and the whole shape of it. It's pretty good. It's a pretty big car. Very comfortable for long trips. Very fuel efficient. You can see here. So I'm getting 7.2 liter per 100 kilometers. When it's using the hybrid battery, and then it switches to engine by itself, even on highway, and it gives you great fuel mileage. That's the very big positive of this car. For the size of car, 7-seater, such a wide spacious car, you get amazing legroom, headroom, plus great fuel economy in this. So there's nothing to complain about this car, to be honest. In my opinion, I had zero problems in 1 year of ownership of this car. I love how it looks. A lot of people are not sure if they like the shape or not. In my opinion, it grows onto you. At start, I didn't like it, but when I own it and I see the back end of it, it's a really good car in my opinion. So this infotainment system is very good, very responsive, very quick. Obviously a great choice for families, people with bigger families. This is one to get, in my opinion. This is the 2024. I heard had some transmission issues, but they had changed the transmission in the hybrid models in 2025, and this is the base trim, and I recommend just take that, because anything higher, it's not really worth it. You get all the features for adaptive cruise control, heated seats, steering. If you really want leather seats and a wireless charger, just go for it, but in my opinion, it's not worth it. Yeah, you can change the wheels on your own if you like, but it's a great car for the experience and the drive you get, the comfort you get in this, and everything is leather in here. So like, this is all soft touch leather here. One flaw is this is very fingerprint magnet, this area here. I will say I have a protector on, at least at the climate control, but this you cannot find something, but you just gotta keep it clean all the time if you're OCD like me, and this gets a lot of fingerprints too. You can get a protector on that as well if you want to. That's up to you. But 12,000 kilometers, one oil change at around 10,000 kilometers, and no issues whatsoever. Drive smooth, no problems. It's a good Hyundai upgrade if you're looking for something in 7-seat category in a large SUV market you are in. Then this is mid-size to large. Yeah, if you like this video, make sure to drop a thumbs up, give me a like, and subscribe to the channel for more car content and more travel, more all Dad Hat stories and reviews. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. Peace. And if you see, this is right now at 0, the RPM means it's already switched to electric by itself. And this minus, if you see this where I'm touching, you get regen braking. Now you see those 3 blue lights you get there. This is an automatic regen now. like I've left my acceleration as of now, but you'll see like the car will not slow down, but like my feet is off the gas. I don't know if I can show you while driving, but it'll go down to 10 and doesn't stop. It will still roll, but it doesn't stop. That's the only downside of a regen. But